Huron and St. Mary's Central Catholic team up in Sandusky. A local recreational league gets down and dirty for a good cause, and a fishing rodeo right here in Toledo. My name is Kate Longenecker, coming at you from downtown Toledo. All those stories and more on a brand new episode of The Light Side, which starts right now. A success or triumph over an enemy is how the word victory is described in the dictionary. Although Tony Legando's Huron Tigers didn't get the win over Bellevue in the morning, the football team played a huge role in several victories a few hours later.
We were hoping that we'd win this morning, then win this afternoon, but that's one way of getting rid of that taste in your mouth, is come out and work with some kids that just, there was a gleam in their eye that made everything special for us. I think that'll help our kids get through it.
Victory Day, which provides children with a variety of disabilities a game day experience, was hosted by Huron and St. Mary's Central Catholic, who were presented with the idea 2 years ago.
Victory Day was presented to us as part of a program that we started at St. Mary's with called the Virtue Mentoring Program by Sports Leader. Our kids have a virtue each week, and they try to live that virtue out. This week was selfless. We talked about the idea of serving others before yourself.
Some opportunities at Victory Day for the participants included the traditional entering the field through a tunnel of fans, catching and passing drills, and even getting to cross the goal line to score a touchdown. Smiles were not only on the faces of the kids, but the players as well.
We're just happy to be a part of it, and to see all the smiles on people's faces, it was well worth it. Great day.
So how was Victory Day started? Well, it was started in 2010 by Trenton defensive coordinator Aaron Seghetti, who was diagnosed with cancer and against all odds beat it because of his sister Rhonda donating 70% of her liver to save his life. Driven by her actions, Aaron decided to create Victory Day as a way of teaching the virtue of selflessness and giving back to the community. This particular event brought together the former rival teams and coaches in Huron and St. Mary's.
Well, it's right, and we've shared ideas. We weren't allowed to for all the years that I've been involved, and it was fun going over there, just sharing some football ideas, and now getting together like this and watching the bands interact, watching the cheerleaders interact, watching the football team. This is what it should be all about. I know that I have said more than one time, but I'm going to say it again, because I think when you get a bunch of kids together, all you can do is claim to win a few ball games. That seems kind of weak. You can do this kind of thing too, and I think it speaks for itself when you look at the look in these little kids' eyes and how much fun it was, and I think our kids enjoyed it just about as much.
We were always good friends. On the field, we were enemies for that night, but would always talk if we had to after the games and things like that. After we stopped playing each other, we spent a lot of time together, Exon and Owen, talking about what we could do for our program to make it better, and this was one of the things that came up, and we decided to work together. And hats off to the Huron program, their players. They are so good with the kids, and our guys did the same thing. And I knew it would be a great day because these two programs can come together and really make it special for the kids.
And the programs did come together in a big way when cheerleaders, bands, and teams flooded the field and made the day of every child with a disability who came out. When the medals were given out to cap off the afternoon, it was clear what victory really means. If you think of others before yourself, everyone wins. The University of Toledo men's and women's basketball teams are also hoping to get some wins this season. 13 ABC's Christina Williams got up early for this one.
It's far from the gym or the court.
Fourth quarter, you guys get tired and quit?
No.
Slow down?
No. This morning, the UT women's basketball team started the day in the dark with drills on the beach of Olander Park.
5, 6, 7.
Both the men's and women's teams are taking part in a 3-day training session with SEAL Team PT.
Keep your head up.
12.
I can't hear you.
13.
Former Navy SEAL John McGuire works with athletes around the country, pushing them to their breaking point.
All right, who's going to win?
We are.
They're scared, they're attacking their fear, and they're getting stronger.
UT uses the program to help teammates bond and, more importantly, learn to work as one.
It's grueling, it's tough, it's mentally challenging, but I think once they learn that they're all going through it together and it's easier if they pull together, it becomes a lot easier.
And you're never going to grow up if you stay in your comfort zone. And I think one of the best parts about this training is that we're all out of our comfort zone.
Rolling in the sand and carrying boats might be unconventional.
1, 2, 3. Good. Here we go, to the right, left.
But coaches Kullup and Kowalczyk both agree there's a deeper lesson that translates to the game.
When he gives them instructions quickly to a few captains, and then they have to run over and explain it to the team to see how well they execute that plan. That's just like a timeout in a game.
It gives us some basics that once we're into the season and we might need to come back to these principles and things that they're teaching us, and they're all really valuable.
With a little teamwork and skill on the court, this training could help bring big wins for the Rockets.
Well, we want them more connected and mentally tougher. You know, most of us can do, well, all of us can do more than we think. And we prove that to them.
To win a game, we need everybody. To get through these drills, we need everybody.
Christina Williams, 13 ABC, Action News.
Coming up later in the show, BCSN's Tom Cole sat down with St. Francis senior running back Lamar Carswell. But coming up next, spiking a volleyball, it's a lot harder than it looks if you're doing it in a foot of water. I'll explain why all these people came out to Lucas County Recreation Center after the break. Welcome back to the light side. Earlier this month, excavating crews came out to Lucas County Recreation Center to transform part of it into something that would be a lot of fun, but would also be beneficial to a local charity. Mud, everywhere you turned there was mud at the Lucas County Recreation Center, where Toledo Sport and Social Club held the 3rd annual Bump, Set, and Splat competition. Over 52 teams, which equated to about 700 people, came out. And Jesse Spear, who is the head of TSSC, said the atmosphere is why the event keeps growing.
It's just a great time. As you can see behind me, people are out here just, enjoying themselves. Obviously, we got a lot of adults out here, so they're partaking in beverages. But I think beyond that, they enjoy playing in the mud. They know they're supporting a good charity, and they just want to have a great day outside.
And the charities where proceeds are going? Right here, the Kidney Foundation of Northwest Ohio.
Kidney Foundation is actually a local agency. It covers 20 counties of Northwest Ohio, and it helps patients who are dealing with kidney disease, which is really growing in the United States, linked to diabetes and heart disease. And so we help with financial assistance for people who can't afford prescriptions, they can't afford transportation to their medical care. We also help with supplements, and we do preventative education in the school systems.
For Kim, she told me that fundraisers like this one are a great way to help meet people who have never heard of the Northwest Ohio Kidney Foundation before. Although most of the people who showed up to play agreed that it was a fun time because of the weather and setting, but most of them said that it was enjoyable because the proceeds were going to a good cause.
We always keep a good attitude, so it's always, positive. Of course, everybody loves to win, but, either way, everybody walks away feeling good about today, so.
Many of the participants had on crazy outfits, but Brian Hall stood out, especially when he decided to show off the outfit behind the interview I was conducting with Jesse Spear. Now I'm going to pull out a little bit here because I want to know what the motivation is for your outfit.
It's Ultimate Warrior. I love dressing up and just came up with a theme last night, thought I would go with it, and bam.
All in all, everyone seemed to be having a great time, and the general consensus was that next year the signups would happen again.
I would say you definitely want to come out to this. This is a ton of fun. It's just like an all ages kind of thing, you know, nobody's excluded. You can see that everybody here is having like a really good time. You don't see anybody that's not having fun, you know. It's just a good time all around.
Each year, Bump Set Splat has grown, and Jesse has big plans to make it even better.
We plan on actually expanding this next year to doing, instead of just a mud volleyball tournament, since we'll already have everything dug up, we'll do a mud volleyball tournament, and then a couple weeks later, we're going to create a mud Olympics. And we're going to have team competitions, earning points, and doing the same stuff just without volleyball.
The Mud Olympics is just one idea Jesse has in mind for the future of Toledo Sport and Social, which is a recreational league for adults in the area, which has sports that people can get involved in, ranging from football, wiffle ball, dodgeball, and everything in between. So why has TSSC continued to gain in popularity?
We try to run very organized and well-run events. When we do that, people enjoy themselves, and as a result of them enjoying themselves, I think they spread the word of mouth, and thankfully just keep coming back.
If you'd like to check out the league, you can head to www.toledosportandsocialclub.com. Also, if you'd like to donate or find out more information on the Kidney Foundation of Northwest Ohio, you can go to www.kfnwo.org. And just from that event, the Kidney Foundation of Northwest Ohio raised over $5,500. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the light side. Events in this area that get kids to be outdoors are so important, especially on beautiful days like today. One event has been happening year after year, and you may not have even heard of it yet. For one weekend out of the year, the Sleepy Hollow Park Pond is stacked with fish, and children are invited out for a competition to see who can reel in the biggest catch. But this community event is about a lot more than just the fish.
City of Toledo's Division of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry puts on the fishing rodeo for the kids, and we stock the pond. We give prizes to the largest fish in each age group, boy or girl. It's been going on about forever, as long as I can remember. When I was a kid, we fished in it. That's pretty much the basis of the thing. The kids come out and have fun. They fish. They keep whatever they catch. And we give out prizes, and we have Michael Simonton from Crown Battery here, who's a professional fisherman, and he's helping the kids give out pointers. We have Grace Church here, who's giving out snacks. We have Children's Services here, who's giving out bait and things. So it's kind of it's a large community event.
Sean has been involved in the fishing rodeo for years, and I asked him what it's like for him being involved now.
I went from being the competitor to the officiator of something, and it's kind of a surreal thing. You know, it's kind of fun to watch the next generation do it.
Michael Simonton, a professional fisherman, offered his services to help teach the next generation some tricks of the trade.
Well, I'm out here just helping the kids out, with my fishing experience, making sure they're having a good time. Maybe, showing them how to cast, rig a rod and reel. More importantly, just have a good time and not have a bad time.
None of the young ones seem to be having a bad time on a perfect day to be outside.
It's very fun, to put my pole in the water and just wait. It's fun, the excitement.
Morgan Klein was with her family when she caught a catfish, and in her age bracket, she was in good shape to win a prize.
It was hard because I thought I was going to lose my rod and then I wasn't going to be able to fish anymore.
The event also brought out many different generations of people. Jack Riches brought out his great-granddaughter and said he enjoyed spending the time with her on the beautiful afternoon.
Well, my granddaughter said that she'd like to have, or my daughter said she'd like to have her granddaughter come over and fish, so she asked me to come over and help.
What's it like for you to watch her fishing?
Oh, I had a good time watching her bring that nice catfish in. She was excited.
Most of the folks I talked to said that this was a great event simply because it gave the kids a reason to be active and be outside. Michael Simonton agreed.
Like I was saying before, why can't people just go out fishing by themselves? Why is it taking an event? But it just shows that when the city can put an event on, it does bring people out fishing, for the second, third, or maybe even the first time.
At the end of the allotted time, the kids brought in their biggest fish of the day and were allowed to either throw it back or keep it if they wanted to. The success of the event was obvious just by looking at the faces of the kids, especially when they were casting and reeling in the big one. Even if they didn't win a prize, they won a new experience and hopefully will want to go fishing someday on their own. Coming up next, you don't want to miss Tom Cole's candid interview with St. Francis senior running back Lamar Carswell. And after that, Chris Green, he's the linebacker from Central Catholic. You want to know where he's playing college ball? I'm going to tell you.
BCSN is going from your home to your home screen. Now take your favorite live local sports with you wherever you go with the Watch BCSN app. Just download the app, and in moments you'll be streaming the BCSN networks live directly to your smartphone or tablet. Watch BCSN is available for both iOS and Android devices and is free for all Buckeye cable system subscribers.
Welcome back to the light side. The running back position is important for any football team, but it's very important to the St. Francis Knights because they've built their offense around their run game. It all starts with senior running back Lamar Carswell, and Tom Cole caught up with him after their big win against Warrensville Heights.
Hi, Tom Cole, the coach for Buckeye Cable System and BCSN. It's an honor and a privilege to be with an outstanding young student athlete from St. Francis de Sales, Lamar Carswell. Lamar, thanks so much for being with us. Thanks. Hey, young man, do you have any idea how much fun it is to watch you run the football? I mean, do you get a sense of that when you're out there playing?
I mean, kind of, I guess. I try not to think about it that way.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for our BCSN audience. It's a lot of fun for the fans in the stands. And it's fun to broadcast one of your games because every time you touch the football, we're thinking that, he's going to go, Relationship with the guys up front, the big guys up front. Talk about that a little bit.
I'm cool with pretty much all of them. Like Drew D. Markowski, he started as a sophomore, and he kind of pushed me because you know how my sophomore year I didn't really work hard, and I had to learn how to figure things out, and he helped me a lot, like guided me. He's one of my best friends now. He takes me home every day, picks me up for school. So, I mean, Coach Hedden just brought a different culture to St. Francis, and especially like to me, like I was never used to how intense he is and how much like he expects out of someone, and he just forced me to work hard, and he wouldn't let me play until I learned what he was teaching me. So
yeah, and what Coach is getting to is you're a leader, and and all the other youngsters on the football program on the off-season training, they're saying, well, if Lamar's not here every day and he's a leader, then why do I have to be there? So it kind of, you get special attention and on the field, but you also have extra eyeballs on you in the classroom, in the hallways, and that's a responsibility.
Yeah.
Lamar, talk about when the guys are when a run play's called in the huddle. First of all, what's your favorite run play? Give me the terminology. What's your favorite run play?
Probably counter right.
Counter right. Yeah. Okay, I know what that play is. Yeah. But when a run play's called, I think the big guys up front, I think they know when you're getting the football, if they block just a little harder, if they block just a little longer for you, they know that you have a chance to take it 50, 60 yards. Do you get a sense of that?
Yeah, I mean, I love those guys. Like every one of them, like we go work hard every day in practice, and they bust their butts for me. So I feel like I owe it to them to repay them. So
I want to compliment you. We did your game Thursday night against Warrensville Heights, and it was a tremendous game. I was talking about you're like Baryshnikov, the dancer, the spins. Where did you pick up that spin move? It's an incredible spin move. When did you first start doing that?
Like last year.
Really? Did you see somebody do it? How did it come about?
I think it's from playing Madden.
Honestly, you picked up the spin move from Madden. Well, that's pretty good. That's not too bad. Also, want to compliment you on. You ran a slip screen in that ball game against Warrensville Heights, where I don't know what terminology you call it. To me, it's a slip screen. Yeah. Coach Hedden's so good at the X and O's. He's so sophisticated in what he does. But it's a college play, where you come up inside and kind of get lost amongst the big guys in there, and it kind of tells the defense what they read is, well, Lamar's not. Yeah, he's not in this play. He's up inside doing who knows what. You get up amongst the big guys, and then you slip out to the side. They forget about you, and then boom, here you are, out on the sideline with a couple guys in front of you. And what usually happens when that happens?
It's a real good play. Like Coach Hedden, he tries not to call it too very often. He used to always run it for Andrew Bonfiglio.
Yeah,
and then he left, so then he gave it to me.
Yeah, it's a good play for you. I mean, and you ran it very, very well.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part, Lamar, about football? What's the number one thing? If you could boil it down, what's the number one thing that you enjoy about football?
It just keeps me out of trouble, and it's just something that I always loved as a kid, and I just grew up doing it. I seen that I had talent, so I just stuck with it.
Besides Coach Hedden, I think he's a brilliant offensive coach. I really, really do. Who's been the biggest influence on your younger days in football? Who helped you with your football?
Younger days, probably my grandmother, to be honest. Like, she always kept me going, like kept me pushing. I didn't really want to play, and then she made me play.
I very much relate to that.
Yeah.
My mom was she could throw the football like 50, 60 yards. She taught me how to throw a football. She was I very much relate to that. On the way out, I do want to cover something. You were very close to Keontae. Tell the folks, we tried to talk about it on the game, but I don't know if we got it explained as well as it should have been explained. You wear number 6 now.
Yeah.
Tell the folks why you wear number 6.
Oh, I mean, because Keontae was 1 and I was 5, so then I just kind of combined us together to.
Yeah. And what a great message for him and for the entire St. Francis community that you were thinking about him and all season long. That's why you're wearing the 6. And I thought that was a really very classy, very nice thing to do. So, and I'm going to steal this shirt. I like the shirt. Lamar, on behalf of Buckeye Cable and BCSN, hey, keep it up. Keep doing the great work that you are. You're a tremendous young person in our community, in your school. Keep up the great work in the classroom, and we'll be watching you on BCSN.
All right.
All right, Lamar. Tom Coley, coach for BCSN.
Turning now from one track team to another. Chris Green, the linebacker for Central Catholic, played a huge role on the team last year, but he will not be playing this fall. However, there's a silver lining.
Central Catholic senior Chris Green has been through a lot.
I don't know why. I never asked questions why.
Green may not, but his coach sure has.
No, I've never been through any situation like this. It was definitely a learning experience, difficult thing to watch a young man and a family go through.
The 19-year-old was ruled ineligible to play high school sports by the OHSAA this year, saying he's too old to participate, and in a written statement from the assistant commissioner, it says he's basically too good. So now, Green is forced to watch what would have been his final season as a member of the Irish football team from the sideline.
To him, even though he might have known it's been coming, there was always that glimmer of hope, and it's a lot more difficult to watch him go through it than I thought it would be, though.
I missed everything.
And that was never more apparent than 1 week ago, opening night, when the Irish played host to Warren De La Salle.
It was emotional. It was real sad. I don't know, I was there, but I wasn't there mentally and physically there to help with my team. I was, I'm used to, being out there, sweating, running around, getting hyped. But now I was just, I was to the side watching everything happen. It didn't feel right.
What was just as disappointing, the number of colleges that were so heavily recruiting him after last season backed off after the ruling. But not all of them.
Illinois, Cincinnati, Indiana, UT.
And those last two are the most significant. After weighing his options, Green decided to take his talents to Indiana University and become a Hoosier. But even that turned into a disappointment.
I don't think I was accepted, for one. I got the committed and I put it on Twitter and I was told to take it down, so I don't think I was accepted.
But that was not the case with Matt Campbell and the hometown Rockets. Green posting his intentions on Twitter last weekend, just after informing his new head coach, giving this disheartening chapter a happy ending.
It was what I expected, they hooray, high fives, hugs, and all that stuff. It was a good experience.
So now, instead of hitting opposing players, Green is hitting the books, taking an extra class in order to graduate early from Central and be eligible for early enrollment at UT. And then finally, a return to football.
I can't wait. That's why we got in this process of graduating early, because I love my school, I love Central, but I can't play football, so I can't wait to get out of here to strap up and hit something.
Well, that'll do it for this week's Light Side here in downtown Toledo. As always, if you have any ideas, feel free to email me at thelightside@bcsn.tv, and I will try my best to get them on air. Thank you for watching. My name is Kate Longenecker, and I will see you next time.